Hello students, this is first lecture of chapter 2 Acids and Bases. In this chapter we shall learn about two classes of compounds, acids and bases. In this first lecture I shall explain you three subtopics. First, what acids and bases are. Second, acid-base indicators, and third, identification of acids and bases. In subtopic first, I tell you what acids and bases are. In your previous classes, you read that acids are sour in taste and turn blue litmus red, while bases are bitter in taste and turn red litmus blue. Acids and bases are quite opposite in their properties and neutralize each other's effect. Now the question is, it is what that makes a substance acidic or basic. An acid is a substance that produces hydrogen ions on ionization in a solvent. Hydrogen ions cannot exist independently. On dissolving in water, hydrogen ions combine with H2O to form H3O positive ions. Look at these compounds here. First, this is HCOOH, means formic acid. Second, HBr or hydrobromic acid. Third, this is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Next, this is HNO3 or nitric acid, and this one is H2SO4, means sulfuric acid. I put drops of each on blue litmus paper. You can see that all these turn blue litmus red. All these compounds have been dissolved in water, and on dissolution in water, these compounds ionize. For example, HCl ionizes in water H3O positive ions and chloride ions. H2SO4 also ionizes in water to produce H3O positive and sulfate ions. While the bases are the substances that produce hydroxide ions on ionization. Here you see NaOH or sodium hydroxide, KOH or potassium hydroxide, and CaOH2 means calcium hydroxide. All these are white solids. I have dissolved them in water to prepare their aqueous solutions in these test tubes. On putting their drops on red litmus paper, these compounds turn red litmus to blue. You can see here. All these compounds means all these bases, they produce hydroxide ions in water. For example, sodium hydroxide, when dissolved in water, produces sodium ions and hydroxide or OH negative ions. These ions are hydrated by water molecules. We can say that acids are the compounds that form hydrogen ions and bases are the compounds that form hydroxide or OH negative ions on dissolution in a solvent. This is just the one acid-base concept. About other concepts we shall read in higher classes chemistry lectures. Remember that hydrogen and hydroxide ions do not exist independently. They are hydrated by water molecules. That is why addition of water to concentrated acids and bases is an exothermic process. Sometimes we may feel burning sensation in our stomach that is commonly called as indigestion. This is because of hyperacidity. In our stomach, hydrochloric acid is present. The acidity may rise because of eating fried foods or some other regions. To bring acidity down, doctors advise us to take antacids. Antacids are edible bases. Remember that some acids and bases are edible while some others are very dangerous if ingested. I shall discuss ionization of acids and bases in more details in later lecture of this chapter. Next subtopic is acid-base indicators. You see here these materials like the litmus paper, methyl orange, phenolphthalein and turmeric. These materials change their color when brought in contact with acids or bases. Such materials are called acid-base indicators. The color of these materials gets reversed on changing the medium back. Litmus paper, phenolphthalein and methyl orange are common acid-base indicators used in the laboratory. Litmus is a mixture of water-soluble dyes extracted from lichens. Its water solution is soaked in a piece of paper to prepare litmus paper. Phenolphthalein and methyl orange are synthetic base indicators. Phenolphthalein is colorless in neutral and basic medium but turns pink in acid medium. You see here. While this methyl orange is orange color, you can see, and on putting in acid it turns red, you can see here, and pale yellow in basic medium. Turmeric turns red in basic medium but remains yellow in acid medium. Some materials change their order on change in acidity or alkalinity of the medium. These are called olfactory acid-base indicators. Clove oil and onion are the examples of such indicators. Third subtopic is how to identify acids and bases. I have prepared aqueous solutions of 5 compounds and put them in these test tubes numbered from 1 to 5. I put a drop of each one by one on the blue litmus papers. You see here, you can see that all these compounds turn blue litmus paper red. Next, I take 3 other compounds. All these are white solids. I have dissolved them in water and put them in test tubes numbered as 6, 7 and 8. I put a drop each from solution in each test tube one by one on red litmus paper. You see here, all these turn red litmus blue. Therefore, all these are bases. I divide all these compounds in 2 groups. Means the compounds I took earlier, those 5 compounds, and next I took 3 compounds. So these compounds can be put in 2 categories or 2 groups. Those that turn blue litmus red and those turn red litmus blue. The compounds that turn blue litmus red are the acids. Here these 5 compounds are acids and their names are formic or methanoic acid. This one, next hydrobromic acid, next hydrochloric acid, next nitric acid, and the last sulfuric acid. All other acids except hydrobromic acid are colorless. The compounds that turned red litmus blue are bases, and these compounds are that I dissolved in water in test tube 6, 7 and 8: sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and our calcium hydroxide. All these are bases. In many fruits, organic acids are present. For example, citrus fruits have citric acid and ascorbic acid. Here are 3 test tubes numbered as 1, 2 and 3. One contains water, another one an acid, and one a base. We have just one litmus paper, say blue. Let us find out which test tube contains what. A droplet from test tube 1 does not change color of blue litmus. It means it is not an acid. It is either a base or water. You can see same is true about test tube number 2. Solution from test tube number 3 changes blue litmus red. It means test tube 3 contains acid. Now put a drop of solution from test tube number 1 on the red part of the litmus paper. You see here it turns red part back to blue. It means this is a base. Solution from test tube number 2. You see here it's not changing color either of blue part or of red part. That means it is water. Now we know that test tube number 1 contains a base, test tube number 2 contains water, and test tube number 3 has an acid in it. In the end, I summarize this first lecture. We learned that acids are the substances that produce hydrogen ions on dissolution in water. For example, HCOOH or formic acid, HCl or hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 or sulfuric acid, and HNO3 or nitric acid. Bases are the substances that produce OH or hydroxide ions on dissolution in water. For example, CaOH whole twice, NaOH and KOH. Some substances change their color on being brought in contact with an acid or a base. These substances are called acid-base indicators. Some examples are litmus, turmeric, and some flower petals. Some acid-base indicators are natural and some are synthesized. Litmus, turmeric, and flower petals are the examples of natural indicators. Some substances change their odor when brought in contact with acids or bases. For example, onion and clove oil. These are called olfactory acid-base indicators. Phenolphthalein and methyl orange are acid base indicators which are synthesized or synthetic acid base indicators. Acids turn blue litmus paper to red and bases turn red litmus paper to blue. Phenolphthalein is colorless and remains colorless in acid medium but turns pink in basic medium. Methyl orange is orange colored liquid that turns red in acid medium and pale yellow in bases or in basic medium. That's it, my first lecture. I shall continue this chapter in lecture 2. Till then, goodbye.